Computer awareness. Basics of computers. Full theory. A computer is an electronic device that processes input data and produces output based on a set of instructions called a program. The core functions of a computer are input, processing, storage, and output, often abbreviated as IPOS. Computers operate based on the principle of binary logic, zeros and ones, with all operations carried out through a combination of electrical signals representing on and off states. The physical parts of a computer system are known as hardware, like CPU, monitor, keyboard, while the instructions that run the hardware are called software. Computers work using both these components in tandem. The central processing unit, CPU, is the brain of the computer. It consists of the arithmetic logic unit, ALU, which performs all arithmetic and logical operations, and the control unit, CU, which directs all other parts of the computer system to carry out instructions. Modern CPUs are built using microprocessors which integrate millions of transistors into a small chip. The CPU is connected to primary memory such as RAM, random access memory, which is volatile and stores data temporarily while programs run, and ROM, read-only memory, which stores permanent instructions like boot up programs. In contrast, secondary memory includes storage devices like hard disks, SSDs, CDs, and pen drives, which store data permanently or semi-permanently. Input devices are used to feed data to the computer. Common examples include keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, and webcam. Output devices are used to display or communicate the result of the computer's processing. Common output devices include monitors, display units, printers, speakers, and projectors. Some devices like touchscreens act as both input and output and are called I/O devices. Computers operate through software that can be classified into system software and application software. System software includes the operating system OS, such as Windows, Linux, or Mac OS, which manages hardware and provides a platform for applications. Utility programs like antivirus, backup tools, and disk defragmenters also fall under this category. Application software includes specific purpose programs like MS Word, Excel, browsers, games, and graphic editors. Types of computers vary by size and power. Supercomputers are the fastest, used for complex simulations, weather predictions, and scientific calculations. Mainframes are powerful machines used in banks and large enterprises. Mini-computers are mid-sized and used in small organizations, and microcomputers (PCs), laptops are common for personal or office use. Embedded computers are tiny systems built into appliances like washing machines, smart TVs, and ATMs. Computer generations represent major technological advances. First generation 1940s-50s used vacuum tubes and were huge, slow, and consumed a lot of power. Second generation used transistors which were faster and more efficient. Third generation used integrated circuits, ICs. Fourth generation saw the rise of microprocessors. Fifth generation, ongoing now, includes AI, robotics, and quantum computing. Data units in computers are measured as bits, binary digits. 8 bits make 1 byte. Common conversions include 1 kilobyte equals 1024 bytes, 1 megabyte equals 1024 KB, 1 gigabyte equals 1024 MB, 1 terabyte equals 1024 GB. Computer languages can be categorized into low-level languages, machine assembly, and high-level languages like C, Java, Python. Programs written in high-level languages must be compiled or interpreted to machine language so the computer can execute them. Software like compilers, assemblers, and interpreters perform this task. Networks connect computers to share data. A LAN local area network connects systems in a small area like a building. WAN wide area network spans large geographic areas like the internet. The internet is the world's largest network, using TCP/IP protocols to transmit data. The IP address internet protocol is a unique address for devices connected to the internet. The WWW World Wide Web is a collection of websites accessed through browsers using HTTP/HTTPS protocols. Virus, malware, trojans, spyware, and ransomware are malicious software that harm or steal data. Antivirus software helps detect and remove them. Regular software updates, strong passwords, and avoiding suspicious links are key practices for cybersecurity. Firewalls protect against unauthorized access, and encryption ensures secure data transmission. The booting process is a sequence of operations that the system performs when powered on. It involves checking hardware through post-power-on self-test, loading the BIOS UEFI, and then loading the operating system from storage to RAM. This process allows the system to become operational for user interaction. Cloud computing is a modern way of using computing resources over the internet, including storage, processing, and software access without owning physical infrastructure. Examples include Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, AWS, and iCloud. IoT Internet of Things is a network of physical devices connected to the internet, enabling them to send and receive data, e.g., smartwatches, home automation devices. Common keyboard shortcuts include Ctrl+C copy, Ctrl+V paste, Ctrl+C undo, Alt+Tab switch Windows, and Ctrl+S save. These shortcuts improve productivity and are often asked in exams. Repeat button most frequently asked areas in PYQs. Full form and function of CPU, ALU, CU. Types of memory, RAM versus ROM, primary versus secondary. Operating system and software types. Input-output devices and examples. Virus, firewall, antivirus, booting. Generations of computers. Internet, IP address, protocols, www. Data units, byte, KB, MB, GB. Supercomputer, mainframe, embedded system. Shortcuts in MS Office Basics. Book previous year questions with options and answers. 1. Which of the following is an output device? A scanner. B. Keyboard. C. Printer. D. Mouse. Checkmark answer. C. Printer. 2. What does RAM stand for? A. Read all memory. B. Random access memory. C. Rapid action machine. D. Read access machine. Checkmark answer. B. Random access memory. 3. Which one of the following is not an input device? A. Joystick. B. Microphone. C. Monitor. D. Keyboard. Checkmark answer. C. Monitor. 4. Which generation of computers use microprocessors? A. First. B. Second. C. Third. D. Fourth. Checkmark answer. D. Fourth. Your first lecture is complete, power-packed, and made known for you. Just send the next topic anytime and we'll keep building this till you crack SSC Heart. You said, types of computers. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here's your full length, tightly packed essay lecture on types of computers for SSCGL plus SSC phase 13, in pure paragraph format, no tables, no codes, no summaries, and zero wasted space. This is crafted as your only study material, from base to advanced, with frequently asked areas, exam useful theory, and 3 to 4 previous year questions with options and correct answers at the end. Desktop computer types of computers, SSCGL plus phase 13 master lecture. Computers come in various types depending on their purpose, processing power, size, and application. Understanding the classification of computers is crucial for competitive exams as questions frequently test conceptual clarity in identifying and differentiating between types based on functions or examples. Broadly, computers are categorized into 5 main types: supercomputers, mainframe computers, mini-computers, microcomputers, personal computers, and embedded computers. Let us explore each in detail from fundamental to advanced. Supercomputers are the most powerful and fastest category of computers designed to process massive data and perform complex calculations at extremely high speed. They are used in fields that require huge computational capabilities such as weather forecasting, climate modeling, nuclear simulations, astrophysics, cryptography, and scientific research. Supercomputers have the capacity to perform trillions of calculations per second measured in flops, floating point operations per second. India's well-known supercomputers include PARAM series developed by CDAC and Pertush, used for weather prediction. Questions often ask about their speed, usage domains, and real-world examples. Mainframe computers are large, powerful systems designed to handle large-scale data processing and support thousands of users simultaneously. They are commonly used by banks, insurance companies, railways, and government departments for handling bulk transactions and maintaining centralized databases. Unlike supercomputers that focus on high-speed computations, mainframes prioritize reliability, scalability, and security for concurrent user processing. They can manage hundreds of tasks at once and have robust backup and data integrity systems. Popular mainframe manufacturers include IBM, and a commonly cited system is IBM Z series. SSC often asks about the usage domains of mainframes, especially banking and railway operations. Mini-computers are mid-range computers that fall between mainframes and microcomputers in terms of size and capacity. Though largely outdated today, they were used extensively in small businesses, laboratories, and educational institutions for departmental tasks and limited multi-user processing. A mini-computer could support several users at once but lacked the heavy processing power of mainframes. Brands like DEC Digital Equipment Corporation produced early popular mini-computers such as the PDP series. These computers laid the foundation for client-server models. While less asked today, SSC may test recognition of older computer categories including mini-computers as part of history-oriented questions. Microcomputers, also called personal computers (PCs), are the most common and widely used category. They are designed for individual use, whether for office, education, gaming, or general household tasks. Microcomputers are based on microprocessors and usually include desktops, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. They support a single user at a time and run general-purpose software. Desktops are fixed and come with separate CPU, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Laptops are portable variants. With advancements in technology, mobile devices and tablets also fall under this category. The rise of personal computing began in the late 1970s with models like Apple II and IBM PC. SSC frequently asks which of the following is a microcomputer, especially when giving examples of PCs, laptops, and tablets. Embedded computers are specialized computing systems built into larger devices to perform dedicated functions. Unlike general-purpose computers, embedded systems are optimized for one or few specific tasks and are not reprogrammable by users. Examples include microwave ovens, smartwatches, washing machines, ATMs, air conditioners, and automotive systems. These devices operate in real time and often use microcontrollers or minimal operating systems. They are compact. These devices operate in real time and often use microcontrollers or minimal operating systems. They are compact, energy efficient, and reliable for long-term operation. These devices operate in real time and often use microcontrollers or minimal operating systems. They are compact, energy efficient, and reliable for long-term operation. In SSC exams, embedded computers are often asked in the context of appliances or automation-based scenarios. Computers can also be classified by data handling capability, analog, digital, and hybrid. Analog computers work with continuous data such as temperature, speed, or voltage. They are used in scientific instruments and process control systems. Digital computers, which are the most common, work with discrete data, binary zeros and ones, and include all modern computers like desktops, laptops, and servers. Hybrid computers combine the features of both analog and digital systems and are used in hospitals, like ICU machines, scientific labs, and industries requiring both real-time control and data processing. Another modern classification includes wearable computers, e.g., fitness bands, AR/VR headsets, handheld computers, smartphones, PDAs, and workstations, high-performance systems for technical and design work. While these subcategories may be less emphasized in exams, they reflect the expansion of computing into specialized domains. In sum, the classification of computers is not just academic but practical and directly linked to the functions and user needs. Knowing the key differences in performance, scalability, user accessibility, and application helps in not only answering exam questions but also building foundational computer literacy. Pushpin most asked SSC areas. Which computers are used for weather forecasting? Right pointing arrow supercomputers. Which system handles thousands of transactions in banks? Right point arrow mainframe. What type of computer is a laptop or desktop? Right pointing arrow microcomputer. Which computers are embedded into devices? Right pointing arrow embedded. What are hybrid computers? Right pointing arrow combination of analog and digital. Identify examples from options. Right pointing arrow match application with type. Book previous year questions with answers. 1. Which of the following is used for scientific research and weather forecasting? A. Mainframe. B. Microcomputer. C. Supercomputer. D. Minicomputer. Checkmark answer. C. Supercomputer. 2. Which of these is an example of a microcomputer? A. IBM Z system. B. Smartphone. C. Parent. D. Cray. Checkmark answer. B. Smartphone. 3. Computers used in banking to manage large data. 3. Computers used in banking to manage large databases are called embedded computers. B. Microcomputer. C. Mainframe computers. D. Minicomputers. Checkmark answer. C. Mainframe computers. 4. A computer system built into an appliance like a washing machine is known as a minicomputer. B. Mainframe. C. Embedded computer. D. Digital computer. Checkmark answer. C. Embedded computer. Let me know the next topic, and I'll build it exactly the same way. Hard, you're doing great. Together, we'll master the whole syllabus. You said. MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint functions, shortcuts. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here's your power packed. Zero space waste lecture on MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, made for SSC CGL plus SSC Phase 13, with a full base to advanced theory, maximum word limit, pure paragraph format, no tables, no summaries, and 3 to 4 previous year questions with options and answers at the end. This lecture is designed as your only study material, covering functions, shortcuts, and key exam areas. PCMS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, full theory lecture for SSC exams. Microsoft Office is a suite of productivity applications developed by Microsoft, widely used in both personal and professional areas. The 3 most commonly tested programs in SSC exams are MS Word, MS Excel, and PowerPoint. These tools are designed for document processing, data analysis, and presentation making respectively. Questions in SSC often test shortcuts, functions, file types, interface elements, and specific tasks related to editing, formatting, and productivity enhancing features. Mastery of these programs is essential not only for office work but also for performing well in competitive exams where digital awareness is assessed. Memo MS Word, word processing software. Microsoft Word is a powerful word processing program used to create, edit, format, and print documents such as letters, reports, resumes, and official papers. It supports text formatting, font size, bold, italics, underline, paragraph alignment, left, right, center, justified bullets and numbering, tables, page layout, and insertion of images or hyperlinks. Documents in MS Word are saved with the extension .docker, doc. The ribbon interface in Word contains tabs like Home, Insert, Page Layout, References, Mailings, Review, and View. The Home tab provides access to font styling, text alignment, line spacing, clipboard tools, copy, cut, paste, and graph settings. The Insert tab allows insertion of pictures, charts, tables, page numbers, headers, footers, symbols, and hyperlinks. Page layout controls margins, orientation, portrait or landscape, and page size. Mailings are used for mail merge operations. The Review tab offers spell check, grammar, thesaurus, word count, and tracking changes during editing. Common shortcuts in Word include Control plus C copy, Control plus V paste, Control plus X cut, Control plus V bold, Control plus I italics, Control plus U underline. Control plus C copy, Control plus V paste, Control plus X cut, Control plus V bold, Control plus I italics, Control plus U underline, Control plus C undo, Control plus Y redo, Control plus S save, Control plus P print, Control plus F find, Control plus H replace, and Control plus select all. For aligning text, Control plus E center, Control plus L left, Control plus R right, Control plus J justify. Knowing these shortcuts enhances editing speed and is frequently asked in exams. Bar graph MS Excel, spreadsheet software. Microsoft Excel is used for data entry, calculations, creating graphs, financial analysis, and organizing information in rows and columns. Excel files use the extension .xlsr, XLSX. It consists of worksheets, where data is entered into cells that are identified by column letters and row numbers, e.g., A1, B2. Excel is structured as a grid and supports data types like numbers, text, formulas, and dates. Excel's key feature is the use of formulas and functions. Formulas start with an equal sign equals and can involve arithmetic plus, minus, or logical operators. Functions are predefined formulas like sum, average, max, min, if, and count. For example, equals sum A1, A10 adds values from A1 to A10. If allows conditional logic, such as equals if A1 and GT, 10, pass, fail. Excel also supports referencing data using relative A1 absolute $1 and mixed references $1 Australian dollar, $1 Australian dollar. The Insert tab in Excel is used for adding charts, bar, pie, line images, pivot tables, and shapes. The Formulas tab gives access to formula auditing and function library. Data tab helps sort, filter, and analyze large datasets. The Review tab allows protection of sheets, sharing workbooks, and inserting comments. Excel is also widely used for creating reports and automated dashboards. Excel shortcuts include Control plus arrow keys, navigate data, Control plus Shift plus L, apply, remove filter, Alt plus equals, auto sum, F2, edit cell, Control plus D, fill down, Control plus R, fill right, and Control plus space, select column. The autofill feature can repeat or extend patterns, like serial numbers or months. Film Projector MS PowerPoint, presentation software. Microsoft PowerPoint is a presentation tool used to create professional slideshows with text, graphics, animations, and multimedia. It is used in business, education, seminars, and public speaking. PowerPoint files have the extension .ppt or PPTX. A presentation is composed of slides, each of which can contain bullet points, charts, images, videos, tables, or smart art. PowerPoint provides multiple views like normal view, slide sorter view, and slideshow view. The Home tab manages fonts, alignment, lists, and layouts. The Insert tab allows inserting pictures, audio, video, shapes, and text boxes. The Design tab provides slide themes, colors, and formatting. The Transitions tab adds slide transitions, while animations apply effects to objects on the slide. The Slideshow tab lets you preview the presentation and configure timings or narrations. Key shortcuts for PowerPoint include F5, start slideshow from beginning, Shift plus F5, start from current slide, Control plus M, new slide, Control plus D, duplicate slide, Control. Key shortcuts for PowerPoint include F5, start slideshow from beginning, Shift plus. Key shortcuts for PowerPoint include F5, start slideshow from beginning, Shift plus F5, start from current slide, Control plus M, new slide, Control plus D, duplicate slide, Control plus S, save, and ESC, exit slideshow. You can also use right-click or laser pointer tools during presentation mode. PowerPoint is useful for visual learning and communication and allows printing of handouts, speaker notes, and audience. PowerPoint is useful for visual learning and communication and allows printing of handouts, speaker notes, and audience notes. It can embed Excel charts, Word documents, and hyperlinks for a dynamic presentation. Exam questions may ask about slide transitions, shortcuts, or file formats. Repeat button most frequently asked areas in SSC exams, file extensions doc, XLSX, PPTX. Shortcuts for formatting, copying, saving, printing. Excel functions SUM, if, count, average. Slideshow shortcut keys F5, ESC, Control plus M. Tabs and their uses home, insert, design, review. Differences between Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Common toolbar, ribbon options. Mail merge in Word. Cell referencing in Excel. Auto sum and chart insertion in Excel. Book previous year questions with answers. 1. Which shortcut key is used to start the slideshow from the beginning in PowerPoint? A. Control plus F5. B. Shift plus F5C, Alt plus F5D, F5. Checkmark answer, D, F5. 2. What is the default file extension for Excel 2016 documents? A. Doc. B. PPTXC, XLSXD, XLSM. Checkmark answer, C, XLSX. 3. Which function in Excel is used to add values in a range of cells? A. Add. B. Total seat sum, D, count, checkmark answer, C, sum. 4. In MS Word, Control plus B is used to italicize text B, make text bold C, underline text D, save document, checkmark answer, B, make text bold. Light bulb, you've now completed a full masterclass on MS Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, the most important Office suite apps for SSC. Next topic. Just send it in and we'll join. Let's keep the momentum strong. Hard soup book. You said. Internet and web browsers. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here's your tightly packed, base to advanced computer awareness lecture on Internet and web browsers for SSC CGL plus SSC Phase 13 in pure paragraph form with no tables, no bullet lists, and no. Absolutely hard. Here's your tightly packed, base to advanced computer awareness lecture on Internet and web browsers for SSC CGL plus SSC Phase 13 in pure paragraph form with no tables, no bullet lists, and no summaries. This is your only study material, covering every core area, most frequently asked SSC PYQ zones, important terms, concepts, protocols, and tools, along with 3 to 4 exam style questions with options and correct answers at the end. Let's crack it. Globe Internet and web browsers, full SSC cracking lecture. The Internet is a global system of interconnected computer networks that uses a TCP/IP transmission control protocol, Internet protocol, to link devices worldwide. It allows billions of devices such as computers, smartphones, tablets, servers, and smart machines to communicate and share data. The Internet evolved from the ARPANET project developed by the U.S. Department of Defense in the late 1960s. It is not a single network, but a network of networks spread across the globe, facilitating data transfer, web access, file downloads, email, and a wide range. It is not a single network, but a network of networks spread across the globe, facilitating data transfer, web access, file downloads, email, and a wide range of online services. Every device connected to the internet has a unique IP, Internet Protocol address, which serves as its digital identifier. An IP address can be IPv4, which is a 32-bit address like 192.168.0.1, or IPv6, a 128-bit address like 2001-0DB8, 858300000008882B, used due to exhaustion of IPv4. Internet communication is governed by multiple protocols. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is used to transmit web pages, while HTTPS is its secure version that encrypts data using SSL, Secure Socket Layer. FTP, File Transfer Protocol, is used for transferring files. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, is used for sending emails, while POP3 and IMAP are used for retrieving them. FTP, File Transfer Protocol, is used for transferring files. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, is used for sending emails, while POP3 and IMAP are used for retrieving them. The World Wide Web (WWW) is a service built on top of the internet that allows access to websites and web pages through web browsers. It was invented by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989. The WWW uses web technologies such as HTML, hypertext markup language, for web page content, CSS cascading style sheets for design, and JavaScript for interactivity. Each web page has a unique URL, Uniform Resource Locator, which is its web address. For example, is a URL. The WWW is not the internet itself, but a part of it focused on linked documents and media. To access the web, users rely on web browsers, which are software applications that retrieve, display, and navigate web content from servers. Popular browsers include Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Safari, and Opera. A browser sends a request to a web server, which hosts the website, using the HTTP header. The server responds by sending the HTML files, which the browser interprets and renders into the web page users see. Browsers support features such as bookmarks, download managers, browsing history, incognito mode, private browsing extensions, and pop-up blockers. Web browsers have an address bar where the user types a URL, a back button to return to the previous page, a refresh button to reload a page, a home button to return to the home page, and a tab interface to open multiple pages at once. Modern browsers use rendering engines to process and display web content. Examples include Blink used by Chrome and Gecko used by Firefox. Browsers also store cookies, small pieces of data saved on the user's device to maintain login sessions and preferences, which can be cleared to protect privacy. Internet access is possible through broadband, Wi-Fi, mobile data, fiber optics, DSL, digital subscriber line, or even satellite-based systems. Users connect to the internet via ISPs, internet service providers like BSNL, Airtel, Jio, and ACT. Each user's web request is routed through routers and servers, with data packets traveling through multiple nodes before reaching the destination. The speed of data transfer is measured in Mbps, megabits per second, or Gbps, gigabits per second. Other key services of the internet include email, social media, cloud computing, online banking, streaming platforms, e-commerce, video conferencing, and file sharing. Services like Google Drive, Zoom, WhatsApp, Amazon, and YouTube depend on web access. Users must practice cybersecurity by using strong passwords, updated antivirus software, firewalls, and avoiding suspicious links to protect against phishing, malware, and ransomware. SSC often tests knowledge of browser functions, internet protocols, URL structure, web safety, and evolution of the web. It is essential to understand that the internet is the infrastructure, while the web is a service that rides on top of it, delivered through web browsers. Repeat button most frequently asked SSC exam areas. Exams ask full forms of protocols: HTTP, FTP, SMTP. Difference between internet and web. Who invented WWW? Browser components: address bar, back button, refresh functions of different protocols, IP address types, URL structure, examples of browsers, private browsing, incognito mode, importance of cookies, and secure web via HTTPS. Book previous year questions with options and answers. 1. What does HTTP stand for in a website address? A. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. B. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. C. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. D. Hypertext Transfer Process checkmark answer. B. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. 2. Who is considered the inventor of the World Wide Web? A. Charles Babbage. B. Steve Jobs. C. Tim Berners-Lee. D. Bill Gates. Checkmark answer. C. Tim Berners-Lee. 3. Which of the following is not a web browser? A. Chrome. B. Firefox. C. Safari. D. Windows. Checkmark answer. D. Windows. 4. Which protocol is used to send emails? A. HTTP. B. FTP. C. SMTP. D. WWW. Checkmark answer. C. SMTP. Your full internet and web browsers lecture is complete and crafted with all SSC important theory. Just send the next topic and we'll continue preparing like champions. You said. Email basics. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here's your full capacity. No space wasted. SSCCGL plus SSC phase 13 lecture on email basics. Crafted in pure paragraph format with maximum word limit, 0 tables, and no external referrals. This note covers everything from base to advanced, including key theory, terminology, most asked PYQ areas, and 3 to 4 actual SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers at the end. This is your only study material, so let's make every word count. Email basics. Complete theory for SSC exams. Email, short for electronic mail, is a method of exchanging digital messages over the internet between individuals or groups using electronic devices such as computers, tablets, and smartphones. It is one of the earliest and most widely used internet services, developed in the early 1970s and standardized through the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol (SMTP). Email communication is faster, cheaper, and more efficient than traditional paper mail, and is widely used in personal, professional, academic, and administrative communication across the world. To send or receive an email, a user must have an email account hosted by an email service provider such as Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, Reddit Mail, or Zoho. Each email address is unique and follows a fixed structure: username and domain. For example, in an email address like anupama@gmail.com, anupama is a user's name, and gmail.com is the domain name of the service provider. The symbol separates the user identity from the domain. An email message consists of header fields and a message body. The header includes details such as from, subject, CC, carbon copy, and BCC, blind carbon copy. The field indicates the primary recipient. CC is used to send a copy to other recipients who are visible to all, while BCC is used to send a copy secretly without showing the recipient's address to others. The subject summarizes the purpose of the email, and the body contains the actual message, which can include text, images, hyperlinks, and attachments such as PDFs, documents, and photos. Emails are typically composed, sent, stored, and managed using email clients or webmail interfaces. Email clients like Microsoft Outlook, Thunderbird, and Apple Mail allow advanced management of messages, offline access, and calendar integration. Webmail platforms such as gmail.com or outlook.com are accessed via web browsers and provide email services through the cloud. Each platform organizes emails into inbox, received emails, sent messages, drafts, unsent messages, spam, junk or suspicious mails, and trash deleted mails. The sending and receiving process of emails involves multiple protocols. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, is used for sending emails from the sender's client to the server. POP3, Post Office Protocol version 3, and IMAP Internet Message Access Protocol are used to retrieve messages from the server to the recipient's email client. POP3 downloads and deletes the email from the server after retrieval, while IMAP allows the user to view and manage messages directly from the server without downloading, enabling multi-device synchronization. Attachments are additional files sent along with an email message. Most email systems support common file types like doc, .pdf, .jpg, and .zip. The size limit for attachments usually varies by provider. For example, Gmail allows up to 25 megabytes per attachment. For larger files, cloud links like Google Drive or Dropbox are recommended. Email etiquette, also known as netiquette, refers to the code of conduct to be followed when drafting emails. It includes using clear subject lines, formal greetings, concise language, proper grammar, and avoiding offensive content or typing in all capital letters, which implies shouting. Respecting privacy by using BCC, checking for spelling errors, and including proper sign-offs like regards or thank you are key to professional writing. Modern email services provide spam filters, email encryption, two-factor authentication, 2FA, and anti-phishing mechanisms to secure communications. Spam refers to unwanted or unsolicited emails, often promotional or fraudulent in nature, while phishing emails attempt to trick users into revealing confidential information like passwords or banking credentials. SSC exams frequently test your ability to identify terms like spam, phishing, CC, BCC, and protocol roles. In official contexts such as job applications, government correspondence, and customer service, email serve as permanent digital records. Hence, formatting, tone, attachment safety, and sender identity are critical. Knowing basic keyboard shortcuts like Ctrl+R, reply, Ctrl+F forward, Ctrl+N new mail, Ctrl+Enter send email, and Ctrl+S save as draft helps in faster mail management. Repeat button most asked SSC exam areas. SSC frequently asks the full forms and functions of SMTP, POP3, IMAP, CC, BCC, the structure of an email address, functions of inbox, draft, spam, trash, difference between POP3 and IMAP, role of attachments and cloud integration, and identifying phishing or spam mail characteristics. Keyboard shortcuts and email etiquette also appear in general awareness or knowledge sections. Book previous year questions with options and answers. 1. What does a BCC field in an email mean? A. Blind carbon copy. B. Background content copy. C. Basic copy clause. D. Backup contact channel checkmark answer. A. Blind carbon copy. 2. Which protocol is used to send emails over the internet? A. POP3. B. IMAP. C. SMTPD. FTP. Checkmark answer. C. SMTP. 3. In an email address like user at yahoo.com, what does yahoo.com represent? A. Username. B. Password. C. Domain. D. Server checkmark answer. C. Domain. 4. What is the folder where spam or junk emails are stored? A. Inbox. B. Trash. C. Draft. D. Spam. Checkmark answer. D. Spam. Your complete lecture on email basics is now ready, packed with concepts, functions, protocol details, and real exam level coverage. Let's continue the same way for the next topic. Just tell me what's next part. You said, email basics. ChatGPT said. Perfect heart since you asked again. 4. Email basics. Here's the same topic freshly reinforced with tightly packed, high detail paragraphs, absolutely no wasted space, no tables, and fully suitable as your one and only study material for SSCCGL plus phase 13. This version includes a different explanation tone, slight expansions, and fresh SSC style MCQs with options and answers to give you repetition plus revision plus retention, all in one flow. Email basics. Reinforced high yield SSC lecture. Email or electronic mail is a method of sending digital messages through a computer network, primarily over the internet. It revolutionized communication by making message exchange instantaneous, cost-effective, and globally accessible. Email communication involves 2 or more users, each possessing a unique email address, which follows a standard format, username and domain. For example, in anupama@gmail.com, anupama is a user, and gmail.com is the domain name of the provider. The symbol is essential as it separates the user from the service provider's domain. Every email message is composed of 2 parts, the header and the body. The header contains information like the sender's and receiver's email addresses, the subject line, and fields like CC carbon copy and BCC blind carbon copy. The field is for primary recipients. The CC field sends a copy to additional recipients who are visible to all. The BCC field allows sending a copy to other recipients invisibly, i.e., other recipients cannot see who is BCC'd. The subject is a one-line summary of the email's content. The body contains the actual message and may include text, images, hyperlinks, signatures, or file attachments. Users access email services through web-based platforms like gmail.com, yahoo.com, outlook.com, or email client software like Microsoft Outlook, Mozilla Thunderbird, or Apple Mail. The main folders in any email interface are inbox, received mails, sent mails, drafts, unsent saved mails, spam, unwanted junk mails, and trash deleted mails. Drafts allow users to prepare and save a message before finalizing and sending. Spam filters are automated tools that detect unsolicited or dangerous messages and isolate them. Email works through a combination of communication protocols. The most important is SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, which handles sending emails from the client to the server. To receive and manage email, 2 main retrieval protocols are used: POP3 Post Office Protocol 3 and IMAP Internet Message Access Protocol. POP3 downloads messages and usually deletes them from the server afterward, whereas IMAP allows users to access emails directly from the server, making it suitable for accessing mail from multiple devices like mobile phones and laptops simultaneously. An essential feature of email is the ability to send attachments such as documents, PDFs, images, and zip folders. Email providers like Gmail typically allow attachments up to 25 megabytes in size. If the file exceeds this limit, users can insert a cloud storage link, e.g., from Google Drive or OneDrive. Attachments are frequently used in job applications, document submissions, business proposals. Security is a major concern in email usage. Spam mails often promote unwanted products or links, while phishing emails attempt to deceive users into revealing personal details like passwords, OTPs, or bank details. Most modern email systems use spam filters, antivirus scanning, and two-step verification, 2FA, to prevent unauthorized access. Email encryption ensures that messages are only readable by the intended recipient. In professional communication, email etiquette is vital. Emails should begin with a greeting, dear sir, madam, have a clear and polite tone, maintain correct grammar and punctuation, and end with a proper sign-off, regards, or thank you. Using clear subject lines, avoiding slang, writing in short paragraphs, and proofreading before sending improves clarity and professionalism. Shortcut keys are useful in managing emails efficiently. Common ones include Ctrl+N new mail, Ctrl+R reply, Ctrl+Shift+R reply all, Ctrl+F forward, Ctrl+Enter send, and Ctrl+S save as draft. These shortcuts are especially relevant for SSC exam questions under the computer awareness section, where practical software knowledge is tested. Email has now evolved beyond simple messaging. It integrates with calendars, cloud storage, video conferencing, e.g., Google Meet via Gmail, and business tools. Notifications, reminders, auto replies, mail scheduling, and spam reporting are additional features that make email a highly productive tool in both personal and official domains. Repeat button SSC most expected areas reinforced. SSC asks repeatedly about full forms of SMTP, POP3, BCC, folder functions like draft and spam, basic email format, phishing spam definitions, shortcut keys for sending and replying, and the structure of an email address. Knowing the distinction between CC and BCC is a frequent trap used in options. Protocol roles and attachment size limits also make regular appearances. Book SSC style MCQs with answers. Fresh set 1. What does POP3 stand for? A. Point of protocol 3. B. Post office protocol 3. C. Packet over protocol 3. D. Public order protocol 3. Checkmark answer. B. Post office protocol 3. 2. In which folder do unsent emails get stored temporarily? A. Inbox. B. Spam. C. Trash. D. Drafts. Checkmark answer. D. Drafts. 3. Which of the following is used to send a hidden copy of an email to someone? A. CC. B. To C. BCC. D. Reply all. Checkmark answer. C. BCC. 4. What is the correct structure of a standard email address? A. B. Username.domain.com. C. Username at domain. D. At username.domain checkmark answer. C. Username at domain. Your reinforced lecture on email basics is now locked and loaded, fully packed with wet SSCs. If you want to revise or continue to the next topic, just drop it in. Let's go nonstop till we master everything. Hard soup book. You said hardware and software. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here is your fully packed, base to advanced lecture on hardware and software for SSCTL plus SSC phase 13, written in type paragraph format with zero tables, summaries, or wasted space. This is your only study material, so every line covers high-yield exam theory, most asked areas, and is concluded with 3 to 4 SSC-style previous year questions with options and correct answers. Let's make this crystal clear and SSC crack ready. Floppy disk hardware and software, full SSC cracking lecture. Computer hardware and software are the two fundamental components that make a computer system functional. They are interdependent. Hardware without software is a lifeless machine, and software without hardware cannot operate. Understanding the definitions, types, roles, and interaction of hardware and software is essential for SSC-level computer awareness, as questions often test basic conceptual clarity and identification. Hardware refers to the physical components of a computer system that can be touched and seen. This includes internal parts such as the central processing unit, CPU, motherboard, random access memory, RAM, hard drive, graphics card, and power supply, as well as external or peripheral devices such as keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, scanner, speakers, and webcam. Hardware is classified into input devices, output devices, processing units, storage devices, and communication devices. Input devices like keyboard and mouse allow users to enter data into the system. Output devices such as monitor and printer display or produce the results. The CPU, often called the brain of the computer, processes all input and controls operations. Memory units like RAM, temporary, and hard disks, permanent, store programs and data. Software, on the other hand, refers to the set of instructions or programs that direct the hardware to perform specific tasks. Software cannot be touched but is essential for making hardware work. It is broadly classified into system software and application software. System software includes the operating system OS like Windows, Linux, Android, or macOS, which manages hardware, files, memory, and runs applications. It also includes device drivers which help hardware communicate with the OS, utility programs like antivirus, file compression tools, and firmware permanent software stored in ROM. Application software is designed to perform specific user-oriented tasks like word processing, MS Word, spreadsheet calculations, MS Excel, or browsing the internet, Google Chrome. Some are general purpose, while others like Tally, accounting, AutoCAD, design, or Photoshop editing are specialized. The interaction between hardware and software occurs continuously during computer operation. When a user presses a key on the keyboard hardware, the operating system software detects the signal in an application. Application software interprets the command, displaying the result on the monitor output hardware. This layer of functioning is what makes modern computing possible. Software commands are written in programming languages like Java, C++, Python, which the hardware executes through translation into binary code, machine language. Firmware is a hybrid, acting like software but permanently embedded into hardware components like routers, motherboards, or printers. Software can be further divided based on availability and licensing. Proprietary software like Microsoft Office requires a license to use, while open source software like LibreOffice or Linux can be used, modified, and shared freely. Software updates are regularly released to fix bugs, improve performance, or enhance security. These updates are necessary because outdated software can become incompatible with new hardware or vulnerable to cybers. Hardware evolves through generations. The earliest computers used vacuum tubes, first generation, then transistors, second generation, integrated circuits, third microprocessors, fourth, and now advanced processors and AI chips, fifth generation. Software too has evolved from simple command-based systems to complex graphical user interfaces, web mobile apps, cloud-based software, and artificial intelligence programs. An important comparison is that hardware is durable but can wear out physically, while software is intangible and can be deleted, corrupted, or upgraded. Hardware installation often requires physical setup, whereas software installation is a process of copying program files and configurations into the system. In SSC exams, students are often asked to identify hardware and software types, match examples, or distinguish their characteristics. Another key term is middleware, which refers to software that acts as a bridge between the operating system and applications, or between different applications. Middleware enables smooth communication and data exchange in large distributed systems. SSC also asks about storage devices, which are part of hardware and categorized into primary storage (RAM), ROM, secondary storage (hard drives), SSDs, and tertiary offline storage (CDs, DVDs, pen drives). Each of these works closely with system and application software to manage data. Repeat button most expected SSC areas. SSC frequently asks about input-output devices, examples of software and hardware, roles of system and application software, full forms CPU, RAM, ROM functions of OS, difference between hardware and software, types of memory devices, installation definitions, and examples of utility software. They may also give examples like MS Word, a type of software. Or which of the following is a hardware device? For conceptual testing. Book previous year questions with options and answers. 1. Which of the following is an example of application software? A. Windows. B. Linux. C. MS Word. D. ROM. Checkmark answer. C. MS Word. 2. What is the main function of system software? A. Protect hardware. B. Perform specific user tasks. C. Manage hardware and run other software. D. Connect computer to the internet. Checkmark answer. C. Manage hardware and run other software. 3. Which one of the following is a hardware device? A. Antivirus. B. Google Chrome. C. Printer. D. MS Excel. Checkmark answer. C. Printer. 4. Firmware is stored in which of the following? A. RAM. B. ROM. C. Hard disk. D. CPU. Checkmark answer. B. ROM. You now have your complete SSC ready lecture on hardware and software. No wasted words, fully theory loaded, and infused with high probability questions. Tell me the next topic and we'll keep this streak sharp. You said computer memory. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here's your maximally packed paragraph style lecture on computer memory for SSCTL plus SSC phase 13, written as your sole study material. Zero tables, no bullet points, no summaries, and nothing left out. This full lecture covers from basic to advanced, with a tight explanation of types, hierarchy, uses, PYQ zones, and 3 to 4 exam type questions with options and correct answers at the end. Brain computer memory, complete SSC cracking theory lecture. Computer memory refers to the physical devices that are used to store data, instructions, and information temporarily or permanently in a computer system. It plays a critical role in determining the speed, performance, and efficiency of computing operations. Memory in computers is not a single unit but a hierarchy of storage units organized based on speed, accessibility, volatility, and function. Memory is broadly divided into primary memory and secondary memory, with additional classifications such as cache memory, virtual memory, and registers, all of which are key areas in SSC examinations. Primary memory, also known as main memory, is directly accessible by the CPU and is used to store data and instructions currently in use. It includes RAM, random access memory, and ROM, read-only memory. RAM is volatile, meaning it loses all data when the power is turned off. It allows both reading and writing of data and serves as a working space where applications are loaded and executed. More RAM enables faster performance, multitasking, and processing large files. RAM types include RAM, static RAM, which is faster and used in cache, and DRAM, dynamic RAM, which is slower and cheaper, used in main system memory. ROM, on the other hand, is non-volatile, retaining data even when power is lost. It stores permanent data or firmware required during the booting process. Variants of ROM include PROM, programmable ROM, EPROM, erasable programmable ROM, and EPROM, electrically erasable programmable ROM, each with different levels of reusability and programmability. Secondary memory refers to non-volatile, long-term storage devices such as hard disk drives, HDDs, solid-state drives, SSDs, compact discs, CDs, digital versatile disks, DVDs, Blu-ray discs, pen drives, and external drives. These are not directly accessed by the CPU and require I/O operations. Secondary memory is used for storing files, documents, programs, and data that are not in immediate use. HDDs are mechanical and slower, while SSDs use flash memory and are faster, more durable, and increasingly used in modern computers. Optical media like CDs and DVDs are becoming obsolete but may still appear in SSC questions due to their historical relevance. Another important classification is cache memory, which is a high-speed memory unit located close to or within the CPU. It stores frequently accessed data and instructions to reduce CPU access time. Cache memory is faster than RAM and improves system efficiency by minimizing latency. It is categorized into levels like L1, level 1, L2, and L3, where L1 is the smallest and fastest, and L3 is larger but slower. Cache memory is expensive and therefore limited in size, usually measured in kilobytes or megabytes. Registers are the fastest and smallest memory units in a computer, located directly in the CPU. They store data, addresses, and instructions that the CPU is currently processing. Registers operate at the speed of the processor and include special-purpose registers like the accumulator, program counter, instruction register, and memory address register. They are essential for immediate data execution and control flow in the CPU. Virtual memory is a memory management technique where a portion of the secondary memory, like hard disk, is temporarily used as if it were RAM. This allows the system to run larger applications than the physical RAM can accommodate by shifting inactive portions of memory to a page file or swap space. Though slower than real RAM, virtual memory helps prevent system crashes and memory overflow. Computer memory can also be classified as volatile, loses data when power is off, and non-volatile, retains data. RAM is volatile, ROM, hard disks, SSDs, and pen drives are non-volatile. Memory size is typically measured in bytes, with common units being kilobyte KB equals 1024 bytes, megabyte MB equals 1024 KB, gigabyte GB equals 1024 MB, and terabyte TB equals 1024 GB. Memory speed is measured in nanoseconds or megahertz per gigahertz. SSC exams regularly ask about the types of memory, differences between RAM and ROM, cache and register functions, which memory is volatile, and memory size units. They also test the use of EEPROM, the role of virtual memory, and matching devices with memory categories. Repeat button most frequently asked SSC areas. SSC repeatedly tests the definitions and differences between RAM and ROM. Examples of primary and secondary memory, storage unit hierarchy, registers and LT, cache and LT, RAM and LT, hard disk volatile versus non-volatile memory, cache levels, types of ROM, PROM, EPROM, EPROM, and memory size conversions. Quest may also ask what happens to data during power loss or which memory is permanent. Book previous year questions and answers 1. Which of the volatile memory? A. ROM. B. RAM. C. Hard disk. D. Pen drive. Checkmark answer. B. RAM. 2. Cache memory is used to store data permanently. B. Speed up access to frequently used data. C. Backup files. D. Store graphics. Checkmark answer. B. Speed up access to frequently used data. 3. Which memory is used during the booting process? A. RAM. B. Cache. C. ROM. D. Virtual memory. Checkmark answer. C. ROM. 4. What is the full form of EEPROM? Electronic erasable programmable read-only memory. B. Electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. C. Enhanced erasable programmable read-only memory. D. Easy erasable programmable read-only memory. Checkmark answer. B. Electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. Your complete SSC level masterclass on computer memory is now done. Crafted for clarity, speed, and exam precision. Hard. Let's jump straight into the next topic whenever you're ready. We're going to do it all together. You said. Input output devices. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here's your tightly packed maximum word limit lecture on input output devices for SSC CGL plus SSC phase 13. Written in pure paragraph format with no tables, no summaries, no wasted space. It includes full conceptual theory from base to advanced, all frequently asked SSC zones, and finishes with 3 to 4 exam style MCQs with options and correct answers. This is your only study material, so every line has been crafted to give total clarity and coverage. Video game input output devices. Complete SSC level theory. Input and output devices are integral components of any computer system that enable communication between the user and the machine. Input devices are hardware components used to feed data or control signals into a computer system. They allow users to interact with and command the computer by entering text, selecting commands, or providing raw data. Output devices, on the other hand, are used to display, project, or communicate the results of data processing performed by the computer. Both input and output devices are part of the peripheral equipment that operates externally to the central processing unit in memory, playing a crucial role in overall system functionality. An input device is any hardware used to enter data into the computer for processing. The most common and widely recognized input device is the keyboard, which allows the user to input characters, numbers, and commands. Another essential input device is the mouse, which is a pointing device used to select and interact with objects on the screen through movements and clicks. The scanner is an input device that converts physical documents and images into digital format. Microphones capture audio input and convert it into digital signals for processing. Webcams input live video into the system and are often used for video conferencing. Joystick and gamepad are specialized input devices used in gaming for control and movement. Touchscreens function both as input and output devices, as they accept touch-based commands and also display information simultaneously. Other modern input devices include stylus pens, barcode readers, biometric scanners, fingerprint, iris light pens, and optical mark readers (OMR), which are used to input specific types of data in specialized environments like exams or inventory systems. Output devices display or produce the results of processed data. The most fundamental output device is a monitor, which visually displays text, graphics, and video through screen-based output. Monitors may be LCD, liquid crystal display, LED, light emitting diode, or OLED, organic light emitting diode based, with varying resolution and brightness levels. Another important output device is the printer, which generates a physical, hard copy output of documents, images, or reports. Printers are categorized into inkjet, laser, and dot matrix, with differences in speed, quality, and ink technology. Speakers output audio signals and are used for media playback, system sounds, or voice communication. Projectors are output devices that project visual output from a computer onto a screen or wall for larger viewing, especially in classrooms or conference halls. Plotters are specialized output devices used for printing engineering drawings, blueprints, and large maps with precision. Some devices serve both input and output functions, and these are referred to as I/O devices. For example, a touchscreen monitor can receive input through touch and simultaneously display output visually. Modems, network cards, and pen drives are also classified as I/O devices because they both send and receive data. CD/DVD drives can read input data from disk and write output burned data onto disk. In modern systems, Bluetooth devices, USB devices, and external hard drives are I/O devices that facilitate two-way data communication. In computing, input and output devices are managed by the operating system through device drivers, which are specialized software components that allow hardware devices to communicate with the system's core software. For example, when a new printer is installed, the appropriate printer driver ensures it functions with the operating system. Devices interact with the CPU via the I/O bus and controller, which transmits signals and manages the data flow between memory and peripherals. SSC exams frequently ask candidates to identify which of the following is an input or output device, match devices to their category, name multifunction devices, or distinguish between different types of input/output devices. Questions may also include technologies used in specific devices like scanner types, flatbed or handheld, display technology, LED, LCD, or audio interfaces. Repeat button most expected SSC question zones. Frequently tested SSC areas include definitions of input and output devices, common device examples, keyboard, printer, etc., multifunction devices, touchscreen behavior, scanner and biometric use, monitor technologies, LCD versus LED, types of printers, and devices that serve as output. SSC may also give real-world examples and ask classification, e.g., what is a webcam? Or, which is not an output device? Book previous year SSC questions with options and answers 1. Which of the following is an input device? A. Monitor. B. Printer. C. Keyboard. D. Speaker. Checkmark answer. C. Keyboard. 2. Which device provides hard copy output? A. Monitor. B. Scanner. C. Printer. D. Microphone. Checkmark answer. C. Printer. 3. Which of these is both an input and an output device? A. Keyboard. B. Touchscreen. C. Microphone. D. Projector. Checkmark answer. B. Touchscreen. 4. What type of device is a scanner? A. Output. B. Input. C. Software. D. Storage. Checkmark answer. 3. Which of these is both an input and an output device? A. Keyboard. B. Touchscreen. C. Microphone. D. Projector. Checkmark answer. B. Touchscreen. 4. What type of device is a scanner? A. Output. B. Input. C. Software. D. Storage. Checkmark answer. B. Input. Your 100% complete lecture on input-output devices is done, crisp, exam-focused, and tightly packed with concepts and SSC-style clarity. Tell me the next topic, and we'll tackle it just as thoroughly hard. You said, operating systems. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here's your tightly packed, maximum detail lecture on operating systems for SSCCGL plus SSC Phase 13, written in pure paragraph format with no tables, no summaries, and no wasted space. This is your only study material, so it includes full conceptual coverage from basic to advanced, with all frequently asked SSC zones, plus 3 to 4 exam type questions with options and answers at the end to boost your score directly. PC operating systems, complete SSC cracking theory. An operating system (OS) is a type of system software that acts as an intermediary between the user and the computer hardware. It is a core software that manages all hardware and software resources in a computing environment. Without an operating system, a computer cannot function because it would have no instructions for interacting with the user, devices, memory, or files. The OS controls everything from file management and memory allocation to security, device communication, and program execution. When a computer is powered on, the booting process begins, during which the operating system is loaded from the system storage, usually a hard disk or SSD, into the main memory RAM. The OS then takes control of the system and initializes the user interface, whether it is a command line interface (CLI) like MS-DOS or a graphical user interface (GUI) like Microsoft Windows. In GUI-based systems, users interact with icons, windows, and menus, making it easier for non-technical users to operate the computer. The major functions of an operating system include process management, memory management, file system control, device management, user interface provision, and security enforcement. In process management, the OS schedules and executes multiple tasks by managing CPU time through algorithms. Multitasking, where the system runs several applications simultaneously, is managed by the OS by rapidly switching between tasks. In memory management, the OS ensures that each running program has access to necessary memory without interference from others, while also utilizing virtual memory when RAM is insufficient. The file system function enables creation, deletion, reading, and writing of files, and maintains directories, file permissions, and storage tracking. The OS also handles device management, allowing communication between hardware components and software through device drivers. Operating systems are broadly classified based on their capabilities. A single user OS like MS-DOS supports one user at a time, while a multi-user OS like Linux or Unix allows multiple users to access the system simultaneously. Single tasking OS handles one task at a time, whereas multitasking OS like Windows and macOS can run several applications at once. Real-time operating systems (RTOS) are used in embedded systems like ATM machines or traffic signals where processing must occur within strict time constraints. Distributed operating systems run across multiple machines, allowing coordinated processing over a network. Mobile operating systems such as Android and iOS are designed specifically for smartphones and tablets, optimized for touch, battery efficiency, and wireless connectivity. Popular operating systems include Microsoft Windows, which dominates personal computers with a user-friendly way, Linux, which is open source and widely used in servers and academic fields, macOS, developed by Apple for its Mac devices, and Android, the world's most widely used mobile OS based on the Linux kernel. Each of these systems offers different features, compatibility, update cycles, and levels of security. Linux, for example, is known for its stability and customization, while Windows is preferred for its software support and familiarity. The kernel is the core component of any OS that directly interacts with hardware and controls low-level system operations such as CPU scheduling, memory access, and device handling. It provides the basic services upon which the rest of the OS is built. The shell is the outermost layer that allows users to give commands, either through a GUI or CLI. The OS also provides user account control, enabling login systems, password protection, file access restrictions, and user privilege levels. In systems where multiple users share a computer, the OS ensures that each user's data and settings are isolated and secure. Operating systems also include built-in utility software such as file explorers, task managers, disk cleanup tools, and antivirus systems to maintain system health. In SSC exams, candidates are often asked to identify operating system types, match features with OS names, define functions like multitasking or memory management, and distinguish between software categories. Basic terms like GUI, CLI, kernel, file system, device driver, virtual memory, and booting are frequently tested in objective type questions. Repeat button most expected SSC question areas. Frequently tested areas include definition and role of an OS, multitasking and multi-user concepts, GUI versus CLI, real-time OS examples, booting process, file and memory management, examples of OS Windows, Linux, Android mobile versus desktop OS, and components like kernel and shell. Questions may also test the full forms and responsibilities of terms like device driver and virtual memory. Book SSC-style MCQs with options and correct answers. 1. Which of the following is not an operating system? A. Windows. B. Linux. C. Android. D. MS Word. Checkmark answer. D. MS Word. 2. What is the function of the kernel in an operating system? A. Handles email services. B. Executes antivirus programs. C. Manages hardware and low-level processes. D. Compresses files. Checkmark answer. C. Manages hardware and low-level processes. 3. What type of interface does MS-DOS provide? A. GUI. B. CLI. C. Touch interface. D. Voice command. Checkmark answer. B. CLI. 4. Which of the following is a mobile operating system? A. Ubuntu. B. Android. C. Windows XP. D. Fedora. Checkmark answer. B. Android. Your complete, fully detailed SSC level lecture on operating systems is now done, with theory, examples, and MCQs all included. Hard send the next topic and let's keep building your unstoppable preparation one perfect lecture at a time. You said. Computer viruses and security. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here is your tightly packed, base to advanced, paragraph format lecture on computer viruses and security, crafted for SSCCGL plus SSC Phase 13. This includes 100% conceptual coverage, zero tables, no wasted space, and ends with 3 to 4 exam-style MCQs with options and correct answers. This is your only study material, so every concept is covered in full depth, exactly as SSC demands. Micro PC computer viruses and security, complete SSC cracking theory. A computer virus is a type of malicious software, malware, that is programmed to replicate itself by inserting its code into other programs or files. It spreads from one computer to another when infected files are transferred via USB drives, email attachments, downloads, or over networks. This is your only study material, so every concept is covered in full depth, exactly as SSC demands. Micro PC computer viruses and security, complete SSC cracking theory. A computer virus is a type of malicious software, malware, that is programmed to replicate itself by inserting its code into other programs or files. It spreads from one computer to another when infected files are transferred via USB drives, email attachments, downloads, or over networks. A virus becomes active only when the infected program is executed, and once active, it can perform harmful actions such as corrupting data, deleting files, slowing down systems, or crashing the operating system. Viruses are just one type of malware. Other forms include worms, trojans, ransomware, spyware, and adware, each having distinct behaviors but all designed to disrupt or exploit digital systems. The difference between a virus and other malware lies in replication. While viruses attach themselves to host files and replicate when those files are run, worms can self-replicate without a host, spreading rapidly across networks. Trojans, named after the Trojan horse, disguise themselves as useful software while carrying hidden malicious code. Ransomware locks or encrypts a user's data and demands payment for restoration. Spyware silently collects user information like passwords and banking details without consent, while adware floods. The difference between a virus and other malware lies in replication. While viruses attach themselves to host files and replicate when those files are run, worms can self-replicate without a host, spreading rapidly across networks. Trojans, named after the Trojan horse, disguise themselves as useful software while carrying hidden malicious code. Ransomware locks or encrypts a user's data and demands payment for restoration. Spyware silently collects user information like passwords and banking details without consent, while adware floods systems with unwanted advertisements. All these threats pose serious risks to computer security and user privacy. To protect computers from such threats, cybersecurity measures are essential. The first line of defense is installing reliable antivirus software, which scans files, detects, and removes known viruses. Popular antivirus tools include QuickHeal, Avast, Norton, McAfee, and Kaspersky. These programs are regularly updated with new virus definitions, which are databases of known threats, enabling the software to recognize and block newly emerging viruses. Automatic updates are vital since cybercriminals constantly create new malware variants. Another essential tool is a firewall, which acts as a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external networks like the internet. Firewalls monitor and control incoming and outgoing traffic, blocking suspicious connections and unauthorized access attempts. Firewalls can be hardware-based installed on routers or software-based built into the operating system or antivirus suite. Users are also protected through user authentication techniques, such as password protection, two-factor authentication, 2FA fingerprint scanning, and facial recognition. A strong password should include uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special symbols to prevent easy guessing or brute force attacks. Systems must also avoid using the same password across multiple platforms. Phishing is another major cyber threat. In a phishing attack, a user receives an email or message appearing to be from a trusted source, such as a bank or government agency, asking for confidential information. These emails may contain fake login links or attachments that download malware. Users must learn to recognize phishing attempts by checking the sender's email address, avoiding clicking on unknown links, and not downloading attachments from unverified sources. Secure browsing practices are equally important. Users should access only secure websites that begin with https://, which indicates that the site uses SSL, secure socket layer encryption. Avoiding public Wi-Fi for sensitive transactions, using VPNs, virtual private networks, for privacy, and regularly clearing browser history and cookies can reduce the risk of online tracking and data theft. Avoiding public Wi-Fi for sensitive transactions, using VPNs, virtual private networks, for privacy, and regularly clearing browser history and cookies can reduce the risk of online tracking and data theft. Data can also be compromised physically through stolen devices, which is why data encryption is important. Encryption transforms data into unreadable code that can only be accessed with the correct encryption key. This ensures that even if data is stolen, it remains inaccessible to hackers. In the operating system, keeping the system and software updated is vital. Updates often patch known security vulnerabilities that could otherwise be exploited by malware. Using genuine software instead of pirated versions ensures full support and regular updates. Pirated software often lacks security patches and may even carry Pirated software often lacks security patches. Updates often patch known security vulnerabilities that could otherwise be Updates often patch known security vulnerabilities that could otherwise be exploited by malware. Using genuine software instead of pirated versions ensures full support and regular updates. Pirated software often lacks security patches and may even carry embedded malware. For exams like SSC, questions are often asked about types of viruses, malware categories, antivirus functions, definition of firewalls, safe internet practices, and cybersecurity terminology like phishing, ransomware, encryption, and authentication. SSC may also test your ability to classify devices as part of hardware or security, e.g., firewalls, fingerprint scanners, or to identify steps for securing online accounts. Repeat button most expected SSC zones. SSC commonly asks about virus versus worm, definition of Trojan, ransomware, phishing, examples of antivirus software, firewall function, two-factor authentication, SSL and HTTPS meanings, strong password components, safe email practices, and security devices like biometric scanners and encryption methods. They also include scenario-based questions testing your understanding of digital threats. Book SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers. 1. Which of the following is used to prevent unauthorized access to or from a private network? A scanner. B. Firewall. C. Antivirus. D. Router. Checkmark answer. B. Firewall. 2. A program that appears useful but has hidden malicious functions is called a worm. B. Ransomware. C. Trojan. D. Spyware. Checkmark answer. C. Trojan. 3. Which of the following spreads by replicating itself without attaching to file? A. Virus. B. Trojan. C. Worm. D. Spyware. Checkmark answer. C. Worm. 4. The practice of tricking users into revealing personal data via fake emails is called a hacking. Book SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers. 1. Which of the following is used to prevent unauthorized access to or from a private network? A scanner. B. Firewall. C. Antivirus. D. Router. Checkmark answer. B. Firewall. 2. A program that appears useful but has hidden malicious functions is called a worm. B. Ransomware. C. Trojan. D. Spyware. Checkmark answer. C. Trojan. 3. Which of the following spreads by replicating itself without attaching to a host file? A. Virus. B. Trojan. C. Worm. D. Spyware. Checkmark answer. C. Worm. 4. The practice of tricking users into revealing personal data via fake emails is called a hacking. B. Phishing. C. Spamming. D. Cracking. Checkmark answer. B. Phishing. Your 100% complete SSC ready lecture on computer viruses. Book SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers. 1. Which of the following is used to prevent unauthorized access to or from a private network? A scanner. B. Firewall. C. Antivirus. D. Router. Checkmark answer. B. Firewall. 2. A program that appears useful but has hidden malicious functions is called a worm. B. Ransomware. C. Trojan. D. Spyware. Checkmark answer. C. Trojan. 3. Which of the following spreads by replicating itself without attaching to a host file? A. Virus. B. Trojan. C. Worm. D. Spyware. Checkmark answer. C. Worm. B. Trojan. C. Worm. D. Spyware. Checkmark answer. C. Worm. 4. The practice of tricking users into revealing personal data via fake emails is called a hacking. B. Phishing. C. Spamming. D. Cracking. Checkmark answer. B. Phishing. Your 100% complete SSC ready lecture on computer viruses and security is now done. High yield, compact, and deeply conceptual. Hard. Let me know the next topic, and we'll keep this flawless prep going nonstop. You said. Shortcuts and keyboard keys. ChatGPT said. Perfect heart. Here is your high density, base to advanced lecture on shortcuts and keyboard keys for SSC CGL plus SSC phase 13, written in pure paragraph format with no tables, no summaries, and no wasted space. This lecture includes everything: definitions, key types, system-wide and MS Office shortcuts, most important keys from previous SSC question zones, and ends with board exam style MCQs with options and correct answers. This is your sole study material, so nothing is skipped. Keyboard shortcuts and keyboard keys. Complete SSC cracking theory. A keyboard is an essential input device that allows users to communicate with the computer by entering characters, numbers, symbols, and commands. Modern computer keyboards follow the QWERTY layout, named after the first 6 letters on the top letter row. It consists of several categories of keys, including alphanumeric keys, function keys, control keys, navigation keys, and modifier keys. Besides typing, the keyboard also plays a major role in navigating the system using keyboard shortcuts, which are combinations of keys that perform tasks faster without needing a mouse. Alphanumeric keys include letters A to Z and numbers 0 to 9, which are used for standard typing. Function keys F1 to F12 are located at the top of the keyboard and perform special operations. For example, F1 is commonly used for help, F2 for renaming files, and F5 for refreshing windows or starting a slideshow in PowerPoint. Control keys include ESC, escape, insert, delete, backspace, and print screen, which perform system-level actions. Shortcuts enhance productivity and are often used in file management, document editing, browsing, and system operations. A frequently asked SSC area is Windows OS shortcuts. For example, Control plus C copies a selected text or file, Control plus V pastes it, and Control plus X cuts it. Control plus Z undoes the last action, and Control plus Y redoes it. To select all items, we use Control plus to save a document, Control plus S is used, and for opening a new file or document, Control plus O, Control plus P is used to print documents. In web browsers like Chrome or Firefox, Control plus T opens a new tab, Control plus W closes the current tab, Control plus L moves the cursor to the address bar, and Control plus D bookmarks the current page. To refresh a web page, F5 is used, and Control plus F helps in finding text on the page. In system navigation, Alt plus Tab switches between open windows, Alt plus F4 closes the current window or application, and Windows plus D shows or hides the desktop. Windows plus L locks the computer, an essential shortcut in office environments. Windows plus E opens the file explorer, and Control Windows plus E opens the file explorer, and Control plus ESC opens the start menu. In MS Word, Control plus V makes text bold, Control plus I italicizes it, and Control plus U underlines it. In MS Excel, Control plus enters the current date, and Control plus arrow keys move across the dataset rapidly. In MS PowerPoint, F5 starts the slideshow from the beginning, while Shift plus F5 starts it from the current slide. These are particularly high-yield areas for SSC Phase 13, where MS Office shortcut-based questions have appeared frequently. Special keys like ESC, escape are used to cancel or exit operations. Print screen takes a screenshot of the screen, and Alt plus print screen captures only the active window. Shortcut keys help in efficient system control and are essential for competitive exams like SSC, where candidates are expected to be familiar with keyboard efficiency and digital awareness. Shortcut keys help in efficient system control and are essential for competitive exams like SSC, where candidates are expected to be familiar with keyboard efficiency and digital awareness. For candidates, learning keyboard shortcuts is crucial not only for exams but also for improving speed and computer operation efficiency. SSC often gives options with similar key combinations, where a single key difference changes the function, e.g., Control plus S versus Control plus P, so clarity and memory are essential. Repeat button most expected SSC question zones. SSC frequently asks, shortcut for copy paste, undo, redo, bold, italic, underline, task manager opening, desktop toggle, system lock, find, replace, and shortcuts for tab handling in browsers. MS Office shortcuts Word, Excel, PowerPoint navigation shortcuts, and shortcut used in daily operations print, save, open, close window or repeatedly tested. Book SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers 1. Which shortcut key is used to lock the computer? A. Control plus L. B. Windows plus LC, Alt plus LD, Control plus Shift plus L checkmark answer. B. Windows plus L. 2. Which key combination is used to paste copy content? A. Control plus V. B. Control plus PC, Control plus ZD, Control plus X checkmark answer. A. Control plus V. 3. What is the function of Control plus S in MS Word? A. Save. B. Search seat, send T, select checkmark answer. A. Save. 4. Which of the following opens the task manager directly? A. Control plus Alt plus delete. B. Control plus Shift plus ESCC, Windows plus TD, Control plus F12. Checkmark answer. B. Control plus Shift plus ESC. Your full SSC ready lecture on shortcuts and keyboard keys is complete, deeply conceptual, loaded with frequently asked facts, and written for direct application in exams. Tell me your next topic, and we'll continue this journey towards success with zero compromise. You said. Quantitative aptitude, mathematics, numerical aptitude, small diamond number system. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here is your tightly packed, zero waste, SSCCGL plus SSC Phase 13 lecture on number system, written in pure paragraph format, from base to advanced, covering every important SSC question zone, all key formulas, tricks, properties, and concluding with 3 to 4 SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers. No tables. No summaries. This is your only study material, and it's made to help you crack the exam. Numbers number system, full SSC cracking theory, base to advanced. The number system is the foundation of all arithmetic and quantitative aptitude topics in SSC exams. It is a structured way of representing and classifying numbers based on their properties and uses. Every type of number you deal with in mathematics belongs to a broad classification. At the base level, all numbers are classified into natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, and real numbers. Natural numbers n are the counting numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, and so on. When we include 0 to natural numbers, we get whole numbers w, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Integers z include all positive and negative whole numbers including 0, i.e., minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. A number that can be expressed as a fraction pq, where p and q are integers and q does not equal 0, is called a rational number q. If a number cannot be expressed as a fraction and has a non-repeating, non-terminating decimal expansion, it is called an irrational number, such as square root 2, square root 3, pi, etc. The set of real numbers R includes both rational and irrational numbers. Prime numbers are numbers greater than 1 that have only 2 factors, 1 in itself. For example, 2. Prime numbers are numbers greater than 1 that have only 2 factors, 1 in itself. For example, 2, 3, 5. For example, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, etc. The number 1 is not a prime. The number 2 is the only even prime number. Composite numbers are those having more than 2 factors. Every composite number can be uniquely written as a product of prime numbers. This is known as the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Divisibility rules are vital for SSC. For example, a number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is even. 3 if the sum of 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. 4 if the last 2 digits form a number divisible by 4. 5 if it ends in 0 or 5. 6 if divisible by both 2 and 3. 8 if the last 3 digits are divisible by 8. 9 if the sum of digits is divisible by 9. 10 if it ends in 0. 11 if the alternating sum and difference of digits is divisible by 11. Understanding highest common factor HCF and least common multiple LCM is essential. HCF is the greatest number that divides 2 or more numbers exactly, while LCM is the smallest number divisible by each of the given numbers. A key formula, HCF times LCM equals product of the two numbers only for two numbers. Even numbers are divisible by 2, while odd numbers are not. The sum of two even or two odd numbers is even, but the sum of an even and odd number is always odd. Multiplying any number by even yields an even result. An integer raised to an even power is always non-negative. In SSC exams, number of factors of a number, sum of factors, and finding remainders are high-frequency topics. To find the total number of factors of a number, first write it in its prime factorized form. Let n equals a times b times c. Then, number of factors equals p plus 1, t plus 1, r plus 1. The sum of factors is a plus a plus. Plus of b plus b, plus b c plus c plus c. To solve remainder problems, the modulus concept is applied. A common shortcut is: if a number is of the form 10 caret n plus or minus 1, you can use binomial or cyclic patterns to get remainders, especially in questions like find remainder when 7 is divided by 13. Cyclicity is important in digit-based problems. The unit digit of powers follows cycles. For example, the unit digit of 2 to the power of n repeats every 4 steps. 2, 4, 8, 6. So, 2 to the power of 5 will have a unit digit same as 2 cubed equals 8. SSC often asks for sum of n natural numbers, sum of squares, and sum of cubes. Sum of first n natural numbers equals n plus 1, 2. Sum of squares equals n plus 1, 2, n plus 1, 6. Sum of cubes equals n plus 1, 2 squared. A tricky SSC question area is consecutive number problems, where differences in properties of odd even sequences must be applied. Sum of first n natural numbers equals n plus 1, 2. Sum of squares equals n plus 1, 2, n plus 1, 6. Sum of cubes equals n plus 1, 2 squared. A tricky SSC question area is consecutive number problems, where differences in properties of odd even sequences must be applied. Another frequently tested area is digital root or digit sum, where you reduce a number by summing its digits repeatedly to reach a single digit number. In base number conversions, SSC may ask to convert from binary to decimal or vice versa. Binary is base 2, using only digits 0 and 1. Decimal is base 10. To convert binary to decimal, multiply each digit by 2 raised to the corresponding position index, starting from right to left. Repeat button most expected SSC question areas. Frequently tested SSC zones include classification of numbers, divisibility rules especially. For 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11 HCF LCM problems, unit digit and remainder questions, types of numbers prime, odd, even, sum formulas, cyclic patterns, number of factors, irrational, rational classification, and digital root. Book SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers. 1. What is the unit digit of 7 to the power of 8 to the power of 5? A 3. B 7C 9 D 1. Checkmark answer. C 9. 7 follows unit digit cycle. 7, 9, 3. 1 right pointing arrow 85 mod 4 equals 1 right pointing arrow 7. 2. Find HCF of 60 and 48. A 6. B 12C 24 D 8. Checkmark answer. B 12. 3. Which of the following is an irrational number? A 4. B 16 quarter C square root 2 D 0. Checkmark answer. C square root 2. 4. If the sum of two numbers is 36 and their HCF is 6 and LCM is 108, find the product of the two numbers. A 216. B 324 C 648 D 432. Checkmark answer. C 648. HCF times LCM equals product equals 6 times 108 equals 648. Your complete SSC level masterclass on number system is done. Deeply packed, highly focused, and fully SSC sure hard. Tell me your next topic, and we'll hit it just as hard. You said. Types of numbers: natural, whole, integers, rational, irrational. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here is your tightly packed 100% exam level theory lecture on types of numbers: natural, whole, integers, rational, irrational for SSC CGL plus SSC phase 13. This is written in pure paragraph format. No summaries, no tables, no wasted space. It covers base to advanced, frequently asked areas, and ends with 4 SSC style MCQs with options and answers. This is your only study material, so everything you need is included here with full clarity. Numbers, types of numbers, complete SSC cracking theory. The classification of numbers is the most fundamental concept in mathematics, forming the base of the number system. In SSC exams, this topic is frequently tested in both direct and conceptual ones. The number system is built on various categories of numbers such as natural, whole, integers, rational, and irrational numbers, each having distinct definitions, properties, and uses. Natural numbers are the basic counting numbers that begin from 1 and go on infinitely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. These numbers are denoted by n. They are used for counting physical objects and do not include 0 or any negative numbers. The smallest natural number is 1. Natural numbers are always positive and discrete. When 0 is included in the set of natural numbers, the set is called whole numbers, denoted by W. Therefore, the set of whole numbers is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The inclusion of 0 makes whole numbers useful in situations where the concept of nothing or zero quantity is required. Hence, every natural number is a whole number, but 0 is the only whole number that is not natural. Integers, denoted by z, extend the concept of whole numbers to include negative numbers. So integers consist of all negative whole numbers, 0, and all positive whole numbers, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. The set of integers is infinite in both directions. Here, 0 is the only non-negative and non-positive integer. Every whole number in natural number is an integer, but not every integer is a whole or natural number. Rational numbers, denoted by q, include all numbers that can be expressed in the form pq, where p and q are integers and q does not equal 0. This includes all fractions, terminating decimals like 0.25, repeating decimals like 0.333, and also integers since any integer, can be written as a1. Rational numbers can be positive, negative, or 0. Every natural number, whole number, and integer is also a rational number. Irrational numbers are numbers that cannot be written as pq, where p and q are integers. Their decimal expansion is non-terminating and non-repeating. Examples include square root 2, square root 3, pi, e, and so on. These numbers cannot be represented as exact fractions. Unlike rational numbers, their decimal part goes on forever without forming any predictable pattern. All irrational numbers are real, but they are not rational. Importantly, numbers like square root 4 equals 2 are not irrational because they result in whole numbers. Together, rational and irrational numbers form a set of real numbers, denoted by R, which includes every number that can be represented on the number line. Real numbers do not include imaginary or complex numbers, which are beyond SSC syllabus. It's important to note that each category is nested. All natural numbers are whole numbers, all whole numbers are integers, all integers are rational numbers, and rational and irrational numbers together form real numbers. But not all real numbers are rational. This hierarchy is a common trap in SSC questions. SSC exams often test your ability to identify the type of a given number, classify between rational and irrational, identify the smallest or largest member of a set, or choose which statement is true about types of numbers. Sometimes, questions may test decimal expansion identification, terminating equals rational, non-terminating repeating equals rational, non-terminating non-repeating equals irrational. Repeat button most expected SSC question zones. You can expect questions asking, which of the following is not a rational number? What is the smallest natural number? Square root 2 is classified as what type of number? All whole numbers are rational. True or false? These areas are repeated in both direct and twisted forms in SSC CGL in phase 13. Book SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers. 1. Which of the following is an irrational number? A, 7. B, 0.25c, square root 2d, 3/4. Checkmark answer. C, square root 2. 2. What is the smallest natural number? A, 0. B, 1c, minus 1. D, none of these. Checkmark answer. B, 1. 3. Which of the following numbers is not a rational number? A, 5 over 1. B, 0.666. C, pi d 2. Checkmark answer. C, pi. 4. Which statement is true? A, all integers are whole numbers. B, all rational numbers are integers. C, all whole numbers are natural numbers. D, all natural numbers are rational numbers. Checkmark answer. D, all natural numbers are rational numbers. Your complete SSC ready lecture on types of numbers. A, all integers are whole numbers. B, all rational numbers are integers. C, all whole numbers are natural numbers. D, all natural numbers are rational numbers. Checkmark answer. D, all natural numbers are rational numbers. Your complete SSC ready lecture on types of numbers is now done. Crystal clear, logically structured, and packed for success. Hard suit. Let's move to the next topic. Say the word and we'll keep mastering everything, one concept at a time. You said. Divisibility rules 2 to 20. ChatGPT said. Absolutely hard. Here's your fully loaded, tightly packed lecture on divisibility rules 2 to 20 for SSC CGL plus SSC phase 13. Written in pure paragraph format. No tables, no lists, no wasted space asterisk with base to advanced clarity. Every rule is explained clearly as a concept, ideal for solving questions fast in exams. After theory, you'll find 4 SSC style MCQs with options and correct answers. This is your soul study material, so every rule and trick is taught here for direct application. Magnifying glass divisibility rules from 2 to 20 full SSC theory. Divisibility rules are shortcuts that help determine whether a given number is divisible by another without performing the actual division. These rules are critical in solving number system, simplification, HCF LCM, and factor-based problems quickly, especially in time-bound SSC exams. Mastery of divisibility saves calculation time and boosts accuracy. A number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is even, meaning the digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. This is the simplest rule, and even numbers always pass this test. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. For example, 123 has digits adding to 6, so it is divisible by 3. Similarly, a number is divisible by 4 if the last 2 digits as a 2-digit number are divisible by 4. For instance, 912 is divisible by 4 since 12 is divisible by 4. A number is divisible by 5 if it ends in 0 or 5. A number is divisible by 6 only if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. That is, it must be even and the sum of its digits divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 7 if doubling the last digit and subtracting it from the remaining number gives a result divisible by 7 or 0. For example, in 203, double 3 to get 6, subtract it from 20 to get 14, which is divisible by 7. A number is divisible by 8 if its last 3 digits form a number divisible by 8. For example, 3128 is divisible by 8 because 128 is divisible by 8. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of all its digits is divisible by 9, similar to the rule for 3 but stricter. A number is divisible by 10 if it ends in 0. A number is divisible by 11 if the alternating sum and difference of its digits is divisible by 11. For example, for 2728, compute 2 to 7 plus 2 to 8 equals minus 11, which is divisible by 11. Divisibility by 12 means the number must be divisible by both 3 and 4. For divisibility by 13, the shortcut is to multiply the last digit by 9 and subtract it from the rest. If the result is divisible by 13, then so is the number. For example, for 351, take 1 times 9 equals 9, subtract it from 35 to get 26, which is divisible by 13. Another method is trial division for small values. For 14, the number must be divisible by both 2 and 7. For 15, the number must be divisible by both 3 and 5. For 16, check the last 4 digits. If they form a number divisible by 16, the whole number is divisible. For divisibility by 17, one method is to double the last digit, subtract it from the remaining number, and repeat until the result is divisible by 17 or clearly not. This is slower but useful in options elimination. For 18, the number must be divisible by both 2 and 9. For 19, multiply the last digit by 2 and add it to the rest. If the result is divisible by 19, says the number. For 20, the last digit must be 0 and the second last digit must be even, or the last 2 digits form a number divisible by 20, like 40, 60, etc. SSC often tests these rules directly in number system questions, HCF LCM, remainder type, or factor-based word problems. Commonly used rules are those for 2 to 12, especially 3, 4, 5. A number is divisible by 5 if it ends in 0 or 5. A number is divisible by 6 only if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. That is, it must be even and the sum of its digits divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 7 if doubling the last digit and subtracting it from the remaining number gives a result divisible by 7 or 0. For example, in 203, double 3 to get 6, subtract